What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is TDS Darth Wage back at you with another video yet again, and here today I am going to discuss with you a game called Dead by Daylight. Okay, so basically, in the party with me, I have my boy Cryptic. How are you doing?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Cryptic here, and I'm here to discuss the same things with Wage, give my opinions on Nerf, and in general, just the same thing as I did in my one video that I posted a long time ago, where I made fun of Elmo.
Yeah, so as we know, there is fixing to be a killer update, and my main, the Nightmare, is among getting nerfed. Alright, so basically Demogorgon's getting a buff and Nightmare's getting a nerf. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what it says. Alright, now Cryptic, whenever you think about these nerfs, I want you to think about high level play, not low level play, but red rank level play, rank 1s and 2s.
Yes.
1 through 3. Alright. So,
Alright.
on both killer and survivor. And I don't really I'm trying to avoid having any biased opinions in this video. I want to try to be fair about it. Okay, so this is what it says. For some time, the Nightmare has stood out from the crowd with a particularly high kill rate. Pause right there. A particularly high kill rate. Now, I want to get something clear to this community. The statistical charts that these developers are using... Can you fix that echo?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the statistical chart that they use... Please fix your echo.
1 second. I'll turn my volume down.
The statistical chart that these developers are using... I want everybody to keep in mind that this chart that they use can be easily manipulated through killers who decide... Now, this is what pisses me off about killers, and me, myself included. I'm not going to leave myself out of this because I've did it before. I have intentionally de-pipped before. It wasn't just because I wanted to beat on trash survivors. I wanted to show the difference between low-rank survivors and high-rank survivors, rank 20s and rank 1s, the difference. So, like I said, it can be manipulated. Killers can intentionally de-pip just so that way they can have easier matches. So that way, you know, because at low rank, you can literally kill survivors without even trying. I could kill survivors without even hooking them. You know, I proved it. I've did it. Whenever I was in my video where I was rank 16, my video was called Rank Don't Matter, ? And then, yeah, I was killing them without even trying, just messing around, playing with them, doing whatever, right? So, with that being said, it says right here, the crowd with a particularly high kill rate, yes, versus low-rank survivors with a majority of survivors that are not red rank, where most of them are casuals who play like shit. I wonder why certain killers have a higher kill ratio. Maybe it's because most of these survivors don't know fuck all about what they're doing. Most of them don't even know how to loop. Some of them can't even complete a skill check because they suck. And that's facts. I've seen it. We've all seen it. Anybody who is actually good at the game, you can feel my pain whenever you come across survivors failing more than one skill check at a time on one generator. And then the killer just comes over and completely screws everybody. Right? So,
Yes.
So with that being said, let's continue what it says. Averaging, the Nightmare has stood out from the crowd with a particularly high kill rate, averaging roughly 3 kills per match. That's funny, because it's not even based on 4 kills, it's based on 3 kills. That's what Freddy is averaging, 3 kills. Gee, maybe it's because they have a free fucking escape. Every time you kill 3 survivors, they get a crutch escape. Yeah. So, gee, I wonder why it's 3 on average. You know, I feel sorry for people who use an in-game build And then the last survivor just escapes through the fucking hatch while you're trying to use Blood Warden. You know, you activate Blood Warden, and then you search for the hatch, but they're already at the hatch, so they get a free escape anyway. But whatever.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, we've made some slight tweaks to bring him closer in line with the rest of the trash roster. We've decreased his movement speed while placing a snare to 4.0 milliseconds. Okay? I really don't care, because his snares and his dream pallets really don't hardly even get used half the time you're playing the match anyway. Because there's like 6 or 7 different ways to escape the dream world, so they're hardly ever in the dream world anyway. You have an opinion on that?
I had a question. Does it also affect pallets? Like, does it also affect the dream pallets, or does it just affect the snares?
The snares. Okay, so let me continue. It says they reduced his movement speed while placing a dream snare, so that's going to hit him hard, you know, because that's usually used in the chase, you know, so slowing him down in the chase is actually going to hurt him quite a bit. All right, and they reduced the maximum number of place snares from 8 to 5. Do you have an opinion on that?
I just find this completely stupid for, well, if I'm going to be honest on both sides, this is a very huge upgrade for the survivors, because if there's less snares, there means that you're not getting slowed down, and the whole base of Freddy, when you're using his snares, is to slow down the survivor. Am I correct?
Yeah, the snare is supposed to be used for anti-loop. However, even in the state that the snares are currently in, most of the time, based on the map design, the bad map design, it doesn't even matter if you throw down a snare anyway, because maps like the Macmillan Estate, you know, they literally have LT wall to LT wall leading into a vault, leading into a pallet, leading into the kill shack, leading into another pallet, leading to another LT wall, and like maps like the suffocation pit. Like, if you actually pay attention to the map design, every pallet is in close proximity to one another, or it's leading to a window or a vault location, or 2 LT walls connected to one another, you know, which lead to another LT wall and another LT wall, which, you know, you get what I mean. Like,
Which just happens in an endless circle. If like you nerf his like pallets and snares, there's no point in trying to slow down the survivor. And that's just a free win for the survivor.
Yeah. So really, and that's with him in his current state. Now, I'm not saying that they're completely useless, as they are. They are very situational. They can help in some loops. I will admit that. But anyway, reducing the number of them, let's see, I don't remember, is there like, 5 alarm clocks set on the map? 4 alarm clocks? 5? Something like that? I forgot the exact...
4, 3, 5, it's around those numbers.
Yeah, I forgot the actual number of alarm clocks that are actually placed around the map, but basically the way I would do Freddy is I would place, you know, a snare on the alarm clocks, and then I would have like 3 to spare for the chase. You know, so then now he's only going to have 5, so I'm not going to be able to place them on all the alarm clocks, because that's what I would do. I'd place them on the alarm clocks so that way I would know which alarm clock they went to, which give me an idea of the general direction that the survivor is in. So that way I know to go back to that location and put him back into the dream world by hitting him. But now I'm going to have to use them stupidly, because now I'm going to have to completely say fuck the alarm clocks and dedicate them either to one of 2 things. Either I'm dedicating my snares 100% to the chase and loops, or I'm dedicating them 100% to the alarm clocks, which will literally leave me with no chase, which will benefit me nowheres in the chase. So anyway, likewise, the maximum number of dream pallets has been reduced from 10 to 7. Do you have an opinion on that, Cryptic?
Yeah, dream pallets are just trash anyways. Don't run them.
Yeah, I admit that. I really don't give a fuck about the dream palettes, considering that the survivors have perks to tell you when they're fake or real. You know, and
Yeah, isn't that
not and
supposed?
not and not to mention you have to be asleep just for them to work. You know, with six or seven different methods to escape the dream world. And then
Yeah.
there's gonna be them survivors are gonna be like, well, you can just you can just simply I completely lost my train of thought. Fuck it. Whatever. It's discussion about dream palettes. They don't. I don't care about that nerf. I don't ever use them anyway. Fuck it. Whatever. Anyway, so moving on, a handful of add-ons have also received changes. Add-ons which previously reduced action speeds now make various actions louder, repairing generators, grunts of pain, and footsteps. Now, I wanna get your opinion on this. I'm kind of confused. Are they changing the action speed penalties to make sounds? Are they changing them from action speed penalties to sounds, or are they keeping the reduced action speeds while having sounds improved? Grip.
I think that they're just going to improve the sounds more. That's just my honest opinion, which don't even do anything in the most part.
Yeah, but it says specifically add-ons, which previously reduced action speeds, now make various actions louder. Is that them replacing them or improving them?
Yeah, I think they're replacing them.
If they're replacing swing
But
chain, if they're replacing swing chains and jump ropes with the sounds of repairing generators, grunts of pain, and footsteps, that's going to be stupid. That's going to be that's going to be complete butchery of Freddy's intentions to begin with.
and again, it's behavior in Alamo. So then they butcher everything. They butchered Legion. They butchered they butchered Hillbilly. Like the only thing that he really needed was the timer, and that was all about it.
Yeah. So if, like I said, if they replace swing chains and jump rope, those were two of his best add-ons. Let's be real. That was two of his best add-ons. So if if they replaced those with sounds, I am going to be fucking livid, because like that will completely butcher the Forever Freddy build. And even that could be countered versus good survivors, especially with the new perk that increases gen speeds on top of the current gen speeds, which were already ridiculous. You know, so if they actually nerfed him and made it and got rid of swing chains and jump rope and replaced it with sounds, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
I mean, then again, these developers, they really don't know what they're doing. That's my honest opinion and what I've seen from this game. Like, sure, there may be like a few nerfs that might be needed,
Dude,
for like a few perks.
I
But
have
then,
I have been on this game for a long fucking time. A very long time. I was here during the 2.0 updates. I was here during the time balanced landing was unbalanced landing. I was here at the time balanced landing basically gave them no stagger when falling indefinitely. I was here when Decisive Strike first came out, whenever they basically got a free escape from just picking up a survivor. If they were downed or hooked or whatever the case may be, they could just use Decisive Strike indefinitely. You know, I was here whenever Medal of Man was absolute bullshit, where it only took 2 hits and then they get a free borrowed time. I've been here during a bunch of shit, and every time, every 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, all I have seen is dedicated hardcore killer nerfs. And they just now finally, after all this time, nerfed Decisive Strike and all that shit, which was much needed, because, you know, like, that's a whole nother topic, but that's just to give you an idea of how long I've been around here we are in the 4.0
Yeah.
updates, and I've been around since the 2.0 updates. I've been here since Freddy came out, and I dealt
I
with
think I've
shit Freddy back in the day, and I made him work. He could not stay in red ranks, but at least he could make it to purple ranks.
yeah.
And so, with that being said, of how long I've been around playing as a Freddy main, let's continue talking about the changes. So, also, Black Box also has a brand new effect. When an exit gate is open, it is blocked for sleeping survivors for the next 10 seconds. When an exit gate is opened, it is blocked for sleeping survivors for the next 10 seconds. Okay.
I don't really know what to think about that one. It could be either good or bad, depending on how they. It sounds somewhat decent on paper because Black Box didn't really do much back. Like it doesn't really do much, in my honest opinion. I never use Black Box. I normally use Paintbrush in one of the drawings, like either Nancy's sketch or Nancy's masterpiece.
Think about that. 10 seconds. That ain't time for shit. That ain't time for anything. 10 seconds.
They should increase the time for that, in my honest opinion. Like, it's 10 seconds. What are you gonna do in 10 seconds?
That's what I'm asking.
If you're slugging, there's nothing you can do.
No. Think about that. You say an exit gate opens, it's blocked for 10 seconds, right? So say they get the exit gate open. You hit a survivor without save the best for last, without its stacks, without having saved the best for last. How long do you think it takes to recover? A couple,
long time.
1 to 5 seconds or something like that?
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so you hit a survivor when the exit gate is open and the exit gate is blocked for 10 seconds. All right, so you get a hit, say 5 seconds, recovery. Let's just use that as an example. I don't remember the exact time, but say you hit him again. All right, so you down one survivor. There's 2 or 3 survivors at the exit gate already. So you get one down, you pick him up, and let's just say maybe you hook him, and if you got Blood Warden, then for 60 seconds they can't escape. But that's if. We're not talking about Blood Warden.
Stack?
We're talking about the add-on change itself. 10 seconds ain't enough time for shit. Let's be real about that. 10 seconds ain't enough time to do anything. What are you going to do in 10 seconds?
If someone miraculously made that work, I would give them respect.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is, you're literally... They're making everything harder for killers. That's why it takes longer for survivors to find matches, is because there's hardly anybody who wants to fucking play killer anymore, is because they keep on nerfing the killers into the fucking dirt for trash survivors. So that way, whenever the trash survivors get good, guess what? At red ranks, they're damn near unkillable. I've seen videos where survivors can do a generator in 10 to 15 seconds. I've literally seen it. There's this channel I watch. His name is Marth, and I watched him. They completed a generator in 10 seconds. At the start of the match, they all had brand new part with 2 different prove thyselves, and they completely did the first generator literally in 10 seconds. The first generator. 10 seconds. And now you're telling me they're replacing his swing chains and jump rope with sounds, and they're making Black Box to where it only prevents them from exiting the exit gate for 10 seconds. Okay, so on top of that, now keep in mind, this says It is blocked for sleeping survivors. And in other words, it does not affect awake survivors. All right?
Which I find is...
Now, hold on.
I can...
Now, I want you to think about this. Sorry to cut you off, but think about this. Keep in mind, it says for sleeping survivors. All right, now let's continue reading about the alarm clocks. It says, alarm clocks have also received some tweaks to make their effects clearer and more rewarding. Okay, clocks have also received some tweaks to make their effects more garbage for killer and more rewarding for survivors, in other words. Using an alarm clock will now make you fully... Think about this, Cryptic. Using an alarm clock will now make you fully immune to sleep, including sleep caused by a killer hit for 30 seconds. Think about that. Now, Black Box... In order for it to even be useful, they have to be asleep. Survivors have 6 to 7 methods to escape the dream world for their clock to start the countdown all over again. But if they go to an alarm clock, they are completely immune to sleep, even if they get hit by the killer for 30 seconds. And your effect is only going to last for 10 with Black Box. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. That is not really great in my honest opinion.
So for 30 seconds, you can't even use your pallets or your dream snares, even if you hit them. For 30 seconds, Black Box has no effect. Opinions?
It's not that great. I feel like that's I feel like the Black Box is not going to be great at all. It's never been great in my honest opinion. I think except for I think it was decent on release Freddy. I'm not sure.
I mean, Black Box, honestly, considering what they're doing with the alarm clocks, Black Box would be better as it currently is than having this bullshit. Like the way it currently is would be better than it would be better as is with the new alarm clock tweaks. Because then one survivor could never wake up. And what does that mean? With swing chains? Oh wait, never mind. I forgot. They're probably getting rid of the action speed penalty too. So less gen speed penalties, more sounds, immunity to the dream world with add-ons that rely on the dream world. This is pure fucking butchery. Like this, 6 to 7 methods to escape the dream world, and now also on top of 6 to 7 methods to escape the dream world immunity. Okay, this effect is now shown on the HUD by turning your sleep timer yellow and having it tick down. I could give a fuck. Alright, but anyway. Alright, so let's see the ending notes on what they have to say. With these changes, which I'm going to replace the word changes with these nerfs, we hope to promote more strategic use of his dream traps rather than placing them constantly during a chase. You're never going to get to use them. They're going to they're going to have dream world immunity in 7 different methods plus the alarm clocks. You're never going to get to use a dream trap. You're hardly ever going to get to use a fucking a snare or a pallet or a dream pallet. Because they're going to constantly be waking up. They're going to fail a generator skill check and wake up. They're going to fail a healing skill check and wake up. They're going to get hooked and wake up. They're going to have the ability to wake each other up. They're going to have adrenaline to wake up. They're going They're gonna have the alarm clocks to wake up. And what's the seventh one? There's another one. Shit. What's the other one? I can't remember the seventh one. But there's another one where they can wake up too. Yeah, they have. So they have seven methods of waking up on top of the alarm clock that grants them dream world immunity. His power's gonna be fucking useless. You're hardly ever gonna have anybody in the dream world. You're hardly ever gonna get any benefit. Now you can't even hardly put a bitch into the dream world. This is going to decrease his deviousness. This is butchery. This is mutilation. This is mutilation of a character. But let's see. Let me reread it. We hope to promote more strategic use of his dream traps rather than placing them constantly during a chase, as well as encouraging survivors to seek out and use alarm clocks. They were already using alarm clocks. What the fuck are you talking about? We'll monitor his losses closely and adjust where necessary going forward. These changes were not necessary to begin with. In red ranks, Freddy will already struggle versus survivors who actually know what they're doing. Survivors that actually know how to loop. Survivors that are actually good at the chase. Survivors that go in with gen rush builds. Freddy struggles against that. His action speed penalties were the only thing that kept him in the fight in red ranks. Like, that's it. Gen speed penalties and regression builds were the only thing that keep him in the fight in red ranks. All the other shit just completely gets destroyed by gen speeds. Everything. Just about every other build gets completely destroyed in red ranks due to gen speeds. And now, like I said before, they have another perk that can be stacked on top of Prove Thyself with Spine Chill and every fucking on top of toolboxes with add-ons with brand new parts. And they can do a generator in like 10 seconds, if not sooner. So that's one generator down, 4 left to go. While you go on one chase, they complete another generator. And I'm not even a bad killer. I'm not. A majority of my videos are at rank 1. Most of them are at red ranks. Most of my videos on Dead by Daylight are rank 1, mostly dedicated to rank 1s. I have almost 5 fucking devotions. That's almost 500 fucking level ups as Freddy. I think I deserve an opinion about Freddy. I think I know by now what the fuck I'm talking about whenever it comes to talking about Freddy. I play both sides. I play both Freddy and I play Ashley J. Williams. I play both of them. Those are my 2 mains in this game. And as a survivor, I can loop the shit out of a killer. Am I the best at looping a killer? No. I've seen people who put me to shame at looping a killer, but my point is, I'm decent in the chase. I have literally looped killers for all 5 generators. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that the reason killers look so powerful is because a majority of the survivors are so trash. And that's a fact. I'm not even saying that to be an asshole. I have went in countless solo queues, and most of these survivors go in like they don't try to work together. They don't try to help one another. They don't take protection hits for one another. All they do is farm each other on fucking hook and then get mad because the killer's there to down them because they just unhooked a survivor right in the killer's face. And then they're like, well, I deserve to get away for free because my teammate completely screwed me. No. This is not how it should be. Almo, I wish you would get fired. I really wish you would get fired. Why they have kept you, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue why behavior has kept you as a balance designer. You have no fucking idea what balance is. All you do is cater to the fucking survivors because that's a majority of your player base. Most people don't want to play killer because survivors are so fun. Because survivors, good survivors, communicating, working together with the best shit, have nothing to fear. Because they know that they can just loop the killer for all 5 gens, and there ain't shit the killer can do about it because of bad map design. You literally base these loops in the survivor's favor. The survivors have the biggest advantage overall, which is map design. The map is in their favor. You've got, like, what? The fucking theater?
Mother's Dwelling.
No, not Mother's Dwelling. I'm talking about the theater. The doctor's map. Like, that map. That map is palette heaven. All right? That it has at least 2 god palettes, I believe, on top of a shit ton of palettes that lead to loop after loop after loop after loop. And you can, like, if the survivors actually know what they're doing with good add-ons, with good items, like, they can literally, coordinated teams can completely take out any killer in that map. Any killer, if they know what they're doing. All right? And I'm, like I said, I'm not talking about rank 20s. I'm not talking about rank 15s. I'm not talking about rank 10s. I'm not talking about rank 8s. I'm not talking about rank 5s. I'm talking about 1 through 3, where all these nerfs and balance decisions should be based. Because you are making these balancing decisions around the charts dedicated to low-ranked survivors. Most of them are new to the game. Most of them don't have perks. Most of them don't know which perks to use. Most of them don't know how to loop. Most of them can't even complete a skill check. And you're basing the nerfs to killers around that category of player base. No. You should be catering your nerf. You should be basing your nerfs around high-level play. And you'll notice that in red ranks, killers struggle more than survivors. Because coordinated teams can absolutely destroy just about any killer. Even the fucking S-tier killers will struggle versus a good team. Now you take a killer like Leatherface or the Clown versus a coordinated rank 1 SWF. They're going to completely butcher the Clown. They're going to clown the Clown. They are going to run laps around that Clown. Now am I saying that killer can't be used at all? No, I'm not saying he can't be used at all. Am I saying every Clown killer is bad, every Myers player is bad, every Legion player is bad? Am I saying every Freddy player is bad? No, I'm saying based on gen speeds and the nerfs that they are doing, based on the charts that they are using that can be easily manipulated, it's not right. It's not fair to the killers. That's why there's so many people leaving the game. Is because they're sick of the shit. Or if they're not leaving the game, they're saying fuck it and going Survivor because Survivors are more fun. It's not that fun to be killer. Like, it's really not. It is constant sweating. You have to be in 4 places at once at all times. Like, goddamn, dude, I feel sorry for the Clown or Leatherface. Am I saying Leatherface is impossible to use? I've seen people make great plays. But it's usually 90% of videos that I've seen on Leatherface have been versus very trash survivors that do not know how to loop. I have not hardly seen any videos against good survivors. True Talent is the only motherfucker I see exposing good survivors. Ots Darva, somewhat. But even his shit's very questionable. I'm not going to say that he's not legit. I think he is a good player. For the most part, I think he knows what he's talking about. But mostly, I've seen a lot of bullshit when it comes to his videos. Compared to True Talent, who actually shows the game for what it really is. The shit that I've seen in True Talent's videos is the shit that I encounter at red ranks. The complete sweats, the 100% tryhards, who are trying to gen rush you at all times, to completely de-pip you, to de-rank you, and throw it in your face later and teabag you at the exit gate on the way out. I have seen that. That's why I relate to True Talent more than anyone. And am I kissing True Talent's ass? No. I'm just saying me and him have a similar experience on Dead by Daylight. That's why I relate to him. That's why I watch True Talent. Because he's more true to what actually happens in the match than just about any other YouTuber. Than just about any other streamer. He's the only one I've seen who actually shows the bullshit for what it really is. He's the only honest opinion I've truly seen in the game. And True Talent, if you are watching this, yes, if anybody sees, this is True Talent's videos because I am on console and I could not pull up the nerfs, the incoming nerfs to Freddy, so I'm basically paused your video and hopefully you will respectably allow me to use this segment of your video. I'm only using it to discuss the upcoming Nightmare nerfs. That's all I'm using it for. So if you don't mind, thank you. But yeah, getting to the point. This is going to be very bad. This is going to make people hate Freddy. If anything, this is a buff to survivors, just like every other nerf has always been a buff to survivors. I mean, the only real nerf they've gotten lately is a nerf to Decisive Strike. That's been needed for years, for a very long time, and it's finally happened. But mostly this game is catered to the enjoyment of survivors, I've noticed. Mostly. Like, most of these buffs are slight buffs that don't really help the killer very much. I mean, look at the Trickster right now. Like, he's pure shit. And he's brand new. The Trickster is terrible.
The Trickster is the trick.
But that's a different discussion. I'm just saying. You look at the way they make these killers. They always set the killer at the disadvantage while survivors are the powerhouse. These survivors in this game, like, I don't care what you say. You can be biased all you want. I'm just saying I play both sides. And whenever I play killer, I always struggle. When I play survivor, I'm laughing my ass off. The only time I get mad is when I have a bad team. That's the only time I get mad. Because I know what I do. Now, Cryptic, you've seen me play Survivor. You've played matches with me while I am a Survivor. And you can back me up on this. I'm not that bad at the chase. Am I being cocky or conceited right now? No, I just want an honest opinion.
No, you are not bad at all. You were one of the... If I know, you were one of the best survivors I know, but... that I've played with. I'm not trying to kiss your ass saying, oh, you are the best survivor or whatever. I just know that you're a very good survivor and killer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not bad as survivor and I'm not bad as killer. Like, if you see my recent videos lately, you've seen like low rank, me playing as Freddy at low ranks. But for one, I had left the game for a good while due to some bug issues, and I really got sick of behavior with all the bugs and shit. So I took a break from the game. I come back. Now they're talking about nerfing Freddy. And then I heard it got canceled or delayed, and now here I am seeing the upcoming nerfs, and I'm really just getting sick of the nerfs. Anybody who is a killer main out there who sees this video, you can feel my pain and understand where I'm coming from. Now, this video is not about discussing killer tactics. There are some bitch-made players in this game on both sides, on both survivor and killer. Are there some really cheap-ass killers? Yeah. People who camp without having a camp build, you're bitch. Straight up. Like, you're literally sacrificing the whole game just to camp one survivor. You're stupid. You're dumb. Plain and simple. Now, if you are camping with the intention of using a basement build, I'm perfectly fine with it because that was your intention from the get-go. If you use a camping strategy as a last resort option when all the generators are completed because that's all you have left to do and all you want to do is at least get one kill out of the match, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not even going to get mad at that. If you do it to me, I won't get mad at it because I understand. I've been in that position. I've been in that situation where I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to at least get one of you, you know, because gen speeds, you know, they go by too quick. The gen speeds are the biggest issue in the game. All right, that is the biggest issue. I would rather have gen speeds nerfed more than I would map design. I would rather have slower gen speeds than better map design, to be real with you, because at least you would have time to actually go on a chase. Because in red ranks, you don't get hardly any time to do shit. If you ain't down in a survivor every 20 to 30 seconds, then you lose. That's fact. So, yeah, this right here, it's getting ridiculous. The Freddy had nothing wrong with him. Why they're nerfing him, I don't know. They're talking about, like I said, they're talking about because he averages roughly 3 kills per match. So what? Are you telling me that because a killer is performing well, because this person has taken the time to learn how to use his killer, that he is performing well with his killer, that means that the killer is overpowered because he knows how to use it? No. That just means he's good with his killer. What the fuck? Are you telling me that you want it to where killers, even if they know what they're doing with their very best add-ons, at best can only average 2 fucking kills?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that you want to? Are you saying? All right. Are you telling me that you want, on average, every killer to only average 2 kills per match? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm sorry, but in my mindset, a 1K is a loss. A 2K is a tie game. A 3K is a win. And a 4K is overkill. That's in my mindset. Because due to the hatch spawning in, giving somebody a free escape, you're not always going to be guaranteed a 4K. You know, so I literally had to come up with my own system that made sense. 1K is a loss. 2K is a tie game. 3K is a win. And 4K is an overkill. That's literally how it is in my mindset. This right here is going to be the beginning of the butchery of the nightmare. They're going to keep on with these nerfs, and the nightmare is going to be a nightmare to play with. That is basically going to be all for this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you understand the video and like the video, then please give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video.